Oh, hello there. Vahab here. Most small business owners, they are doing their wrong job. And I'm not talking about the wrong business, but they are doing the wrong job, which is inside their own company. They start a company, they grow it, and they call themselves CEO. But what they are actually doing is running the operations, jumping on the sales calls, handling client objections and issues, and putting out fires in general. Because nobody told them what the actual role of a CEO is. And I've seen this across different industries and different businesses. Smart, capable people who are just trying to stick with the old mindset of doing things. And that's one of the reasons that they cannot grow and scale their company. But the actual role of a CEO is completely different. And in this video, I'm just going to share some of them with you so you can get some ideas from it. And if you get value out of this video, please gently hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, here's a simple test for you. What did you work on last week? If your answer is a list of tasks like client issues, hiring problem, a vendor call, you're not operating as a CEO. You're just an expensive employee in your own business. The CEO job is not doing, it's deciding, directing, and building the system that does the job. And a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs confuse being busy with leading in their own business. But the more you are in the operations, you're actually less running the company. But here's the reality. If your business stops when you stop, you don't own a business, you just own a job. So what is the job of a CEO in the first place? There are three main things, and everything else is either distraction or something that you should have delegated a long time ago. First one is the direction. Where is this company going and why? Not just vague things to say, okay, I want to grow my business from $500,000 to $2.5 million. But you need to be specific that what is the vision for this business in the next 3 to 5 years and why you're doing it. That's very important, not just on the monetary stuff, but everything around it too. Once you do that, you understand that there are certain steps that you need to take to then go into the next place. And because of that, you can prioritize the tasks that are important and you need to take responsibility of. And the other stuff will be delegated to your team. Second thing is talent. You need to have the right people in the right seats and not just managing them. You need to be able to build a structure so these people can manage themselves. And you don't want to micromanage all the time. At first, micromanagement is necessary, but you can call it guidance because you need to train people how to do the job properly, at least 70 to 80% of the same things that you do with the same quality. But after that, after 3 months, after 4 to 6 months, then these people should take ownership and responsibility for their own jobs. But building that infrastructure is really important. That is going to save a lot of time for you so you can focus on the strategic stuff. Third thing on the list is to understand where the money goes. Not just how to make more money for your business, which is really important, but how are you spending this money and how are you using those resources and you leverage those resources to get what you want based on your initial 3 to 5 years plan. All right, if you're running a team right now and you're not sure the structure actually works, I work with a small number of business owners on exactly this one. I help you build your vision, build the strategy and how to get there in the 3 to 5 years, and help you to solve your critical bottlenecks in only 6 to 8 weeks. If this is something that you're interested in, link in the description. You can always contact me and we can have a little chat. So we need to answer why this keeps happening. Because it's not a knowledge problem. A lot of CEOs and founders are really smart and they can absorb information quickly. It's behavioral. And there are three reasons for it. First one is that you're very good at the work and you build a business, and at the same time, the same level of competence that you bring to the table makes it almost impossible to let go. So 5 years down the line, you're still doing the same things that you were doing 5 years ago when you started the company. but things have changed. And this leads to the second one. The work is your identity, and stepping back from the execution side of business is like losing yourself. But that's not going to help you to scale the company. And thirdly, you don't trust anyone to do it right. And sometimes you're correct, of course. But here's the thing, you haven't built a system that would let someone else do it right. And that's not a people problem. That's yours to fix. And as I mentioned early on, building that infrastructure for the people. So you might be asking, Vahab, how can I change this actually so I can grow the business? I would say three things. Look at your calendar for the last 2 or 3 weeks and categorize everything. There are, on the one side, you have CEO work, which is more strategic, architectural type of work. And on the other side, you have operational type of work. And see how much time you're spending on each side. That gives you some clarity. After that, pick one thing to hand off in the next 90 days, okay? You don't need to delegate everything, just one task. And that one task that just takes a lot of time and energy from you, but you know that someone else, if you train them, can do the job at least 70-80% right. So do that. And lastly, protect your CEO time. You need to block time every week for direction, for your talent and your team members, and to check the resources, where the money is going, how is the income is coming to the business, and all of those things. But if you are too involved into operation, you don't have that clear mind to think about the next step and have an outside of the box perspective. At the end of the day, a businesses that actually grow and scale is not because the owner worked harder inside the business all the time. It's because they figured out which job they were supposed to do and which jobs they need to delegate. And if you feel like a bottleneck inside your own business, you probably are. And working more on stuff, especially on the operational stuff, won't fix it. And if you need someone to come in and help you and advise you to build that vision, infrastructure, and also save you time and money and solve those bottlenecks, you can always connect with me and we can have a little chat. And I have another video for you on this topic that you can watch right over here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.